Happy Sunday! 5 things you can do today to be brave. Using the case study of Jael. Number one, God uses availability more than visibility. And what does that mean? It means that um, in the case of Jael, she didn't look down on her role. She wasn't a prophet, she wasn't a judge, she wasn't a master of war. But she took her role really seriously. And in as much as she didn't have any of these fancy positions. She was a tent maker, maybe a homemaker. God still used her for his purpose. And she, in her little corner, determined the outcome of a major war. So, question to you, my friend, are you looking down on your role? Are you looking down on what God has called you to do and say it's too small? Today we gotta rise and obey. Arise and be brave and do that which God has asked us to do, and do not look down on whatever that rule is. Number two, love must be led by wisdom. And yes, as Christians, we've been called to be kind, to show love. God is love, so we must show love to people, but we must also be discerning. You see, Jael was discerning. She knew that Sisera was an enemy of the purpose of God. And so, yes, she showed him kindness, but she was discerning. She knew what she had to do. But we need to pray to be discerning, to know when we should nurture and when we should take a stand. So may God give us wisdom on how and when to show or to be discerning. Let us be discerning. Number three, courage isn't always dramatic, right? Sometimes courage looks like doing the hard things, the right hard things in a quiet corner, in a quiet place where no one's watching. That's courage. That can be courage too. It doesn't have to be out in the open and bold and in your face. No. Courage can be doing that hard thing that God is asking you to do, but it's right and quietly. Like we see Jael. Jael's boldness was quiet, but it was very decisive. It was very discerning. Boldness doesn't always have to be dramatic to be powerful. Boldness and bravery can be quiet. It can be quiet. Number four, God uses the ordinary things for extraordinary impact. Like we say in the case of Jael didn't have a sword on or anything. Jael didn't have anything fancy to execute what she'd been asked to do. She took what she already had in her hand, which was a tent peg. She was a tent maker. She was familiar with a tent peg, right? And that's what she used. And so, question to you, my friend, what is that thing that's already in your hand as an answer to prayer, but you're looking down on? You are looking and waiting for more before you take a step and do that which is on your heart to do. This is a call for you to be brave and do it. Work with what you already have. Number five, aligning with God's purpose is better than human applause. And what does that mean? Jael was referred to as the most blessed of women, not because her task was easy. As a matter of fact, what she had to do was extremely uncomfortable, but she aligned with God's purpose. She aligned with God's plan. And sometimes God is going to call us to do things that are extremely uncomfortable. And we're like, oh my God, I do not want to do it. I know I've been in that position many times. I do not want to do it, but because He's called you to do it, and we have to, right? So heaven's applause is worth more than any human comfort or any human applause that we want to get. So definitely alignment with God's purpose will help us to be brave, because we know that He who has sent us will also back us. So my final question to you, my friends, is where might God be calling you quietly right now to step out in courage, to step out in obedience, to step out in boldness and bravery? Where is God calling you? It is time to take that step. It's time to take that step. Well, that's it for me for today. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment below. And I will see you again next Sunday. Have a good Sunday. Bye.